One Piece just revealed to us one of the most important information ever. What if I told you that the blood of the giants relates directly to the recently revealed Buccaneer Race? In today's video, I'm going to dive into the history of giants in One Piece and how Oda already revealed a ton of stuff to us. What we know about the giants begins of course at Little Garden, where we met Dory and Brogy. Mr. 3 explained that just over a century ago, Dory and Brogy led one of the most feared pirate groups in all of history, which was named the Giant Warrior Pirates. Fast forward to Big Mom's flashback, we learned that Dory and Brogy were not actually the first two to hold the position of co-captains of this crew. Before them were Beardfall and Beardhill, the oldest giants known to this day, at ages 344 and 345 respectively, which is absolutely insane. Before Luffy, Roger, and even Rocks, the giants reigned supreme across the New World for centuries. Still to this day, they are regarded as legendary warriors. They are so strong that Big Mom believes an alliance with them would enable her to defeat the other Yonko. With this in mind, it is no wonder that the world government have been trying for centuries to create giant human warriors of their own. With an army of giants at their disposal, no one would be able to oppose the world government, not even the giants of Elbaf themselves. These experiments are known as gigantification, and we have actually learned surprisingly a lot about it throughout the story. It was in Punk Hazard that it first became a central focus, but we have actually been seeing examples of it since Chopper's Monster Point. Now, there's also Caesar and his own drug, and between Chopper's Monster Point and Caesar's candy drug, there is actually a common link, the chemical compound named NHC-10. Very few in the world are allowed to possess or create this substance, and it is easy to see why. The similarities between the two drugs goes even further, as we can see that both came in the form of small drug pellets. This is true to the extent that the two drugs could even be combined, increasing the duration of Chopper's Monster Point. Now, beyond even the NHC-10 based drugs, there is a common link between Chopper, the Punk Hazard kids, and Big Mom's candy addiction, as they are all seen losing their self-control in fits of rage. But you might ask, what does this have to do with the blood of giants? And how do the gigantification experiments connect? The common link between all of these things, and perhaps one of the most important things in the whole story, is lineage factors or bloodline elements. Despite all of these experiments, it seems that even Vegapunk has of yet failed to perfect the process of gigantification. It is the last of the MAD's experiments that is yet to be perfected by any of its members. Now, why is it that these experiments have always failed? It seems that the key to understanding that lies in the complex heritage of the giants. I mentioned Beardhill and Beardfall earlier, but even they are not the oldest known giants. Before them came Ors and other ancient giants. If we look back at the symbols used in the experiments, it is noticeable that the image does not show giants as we know them, but the ancient giants instead. This is a massive clue towards their direct relation. It is also widely believed that the Oni race are descendant from the ancient giants, and the sort of distant cousin to the giants of Elbaf. With these connections, we can begin to understand that this lineage is a family tree with many more branches. Also, if we look at Beardfall and Beardhill again, we can see that their helms have the horns of ancient giants. This is yet another big clue toward a direct heritage between the two races. But if this lineage of the ancient giants is so large, where does it end? And who besides Kuma and the Buccaneers might share this bloodline? One Piece characters being unusually large is one of the oldest talking points in the community. Even characters who are significantly smaller than giants are extremely tall compared to average humans in the real world. I think that this suggests that the blood of giants is present to greater or lesser extents in almost everyone. In fact, this theory would be consistent with the mythology that perhaps inspired Oda. According to Metamorphosis, a novel written by the Latin poet Ovid, Gaia, who is the goddess of earth, created humans from the blood of the giants. In this tale of the origins of humans, the giants were slain in a battle to seize the throne of heaven. Now Gaia, not wanting to see the giants vanish without a trace, took their blood and from it created humans. Does that sound familiar? But if the blood of giants exists in everyone, what makes the Buccaneers so special? Now I believe this is because they have the closest and strongest remaining blood tie to their giant ancestors. It was likely believed by the world government that the best chance to create their army of giant humans was to use the blood of a race with a direct direct lineage, and this is exactly why they captured Kuma and his parents. Now, to conclude, I believe that the Buccaneers have a close blood relation to the Giants, but in fact, traces of this bloodline exist in almost everyone. It's just a matter of who has more of their blood running through them. Every human in the One Piece world is descended from giants. The origins of the One Piece world predates the existence of all human races. Before humans came to be, this was a world full of giants. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on this. Did I get it right or am I completely off? Leave a like if you want to support the channel and subscribe for more content. Thanks again and see you next time.